from Denver. Just a short time ago, sounds loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies. They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. Takes it at the 7. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the game's first play. And it's 2nd down now.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout. And that means your offense has to keep pace.
2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. This defense for the Broncos, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Here's a give to Lindsey running right. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. I really enjoy watching Lamar Jackson run those RPOs, Charles, but I'll tell you what, it's tough calling play-by-play because you don't know whether he handed it off or kept it.
Makes you focus, doesn't he? You've got to try and stay with it, and even when we do, we often can get it wrong because our eyes naturally go to him because he creates big plays. But if you're a runner and you're playing with Lamar Jackson, aren't you happy? He creates so much concentration on him, it should open up things for you.
Now it's Lindsey. On the stop that time, it was Josie Jewell. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Throwing is Jackson. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And what a return as he brings us all the way back down to the 20-yard line. so far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched him on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. The tackle made by L.J. Ford. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
On 2nd and 9, Locke. He completes this to Sutton. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. A yard in the wrong direction. Makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Here's Locke to throw. That's complete. Okuebunam. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
For the Broncos field goal on 29-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And this will remain a scoreless game. And that one, my goodness, that was almost too easy.
Yeah, you're not going to have too many attempts shorter than that one. And I don't think this was blocked. That's about as bad a miss as you can have.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Now Jackson. On the left side, Gallup's got it. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
A gain of 1 yard. And a Raven first down.
Jackson, option right. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Jackson. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. I have to imagine many defensive coordinators had a sleepless night trying to game plan ways to slow down Lamar Jackson. What do you think is the most effective way to try to do it?
Well, you've got to be a little counterintuitive because normally you're sitting on the wide receiver one, aren't you? But with Lamar Jackson, I'd sit on the tight end. He loves to throw into the middle of the field, loves that position as his #1 target. Take that away and hope you have a corner who can stand up man-to-man against a speed guy on the perimeter.
A gain of 26 on the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Jackson throwing on target to Brown, and brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
And Marquise Brown is definitely a guy who can take the top off of a defense and make the big catches downfield. Also known as Hollywood, now in his 3rd season from Oklahoma, wants to make more catches like the one we just saw there, the routine variety.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey, about 3 yards there to the 27. This defense for the Broncos, they really played well a week ago in that win over the Jets.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
From the 27, Jackson. It's complete to Golden Tate. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 12-yard line. 15 yards there for number 15.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Gus Edwards, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal drive.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Clock now on first down. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 44 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Now a man open down the middle of the field. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll run with Lindsey. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Lamar Jackson, his 11th touchdown of the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Now, this defense, so many things to worry about in the red zone area, but you'd have to almost think that Lamar Jackson running the football, that might be number one.
It should be number one, and in this portion of the field where things shrink a little bit because the receivers can't run past anyone because they'll run out of real estate, you should have all eyes on Lamar Jackson when the ball is snapped and try and keep him back in the pocket.
Yeah, I don't think that they were surprised he was running it there. They just couldn't stop him, and he ends up in the end zone. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game? Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a play fake, and here's Locke. They're looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson eluding the pressure right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
47's the mic. 47's the mic.
They go play action with Jackson. Steps away. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure, and here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. KJ Hamler returning it. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
On 2nd and 9, Locke. That's complete. It's Gordon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Well, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Watch tight, tight is right. Watch tight, tight is right. 4 down, check. 4 down. Mike 3.
Fakes the give to Gordon. Now here's Locke to throw. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 45-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, check Mike, Mike 6, Mike 6. I got you, boy.
Locke working out of the gun. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Hey, check Mike 6.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Locke. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson. This is caught by Tate. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. Look at the big man rumble. He's at the 30. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. The fumble on first down. Now here's second down. After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. He dumps it underneath here to Lindsey. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Jackson on first down. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Draymond Jones in there to get him. It's a loss of 5. That's a step in the right direction defensively here because you're facing this sizable deficit. They're going to need more plays like that. A good sack, though. Good effort there.
And what you're hoping is, as you said, a step in the right direction. And that means it's something to build on. So you get the first one, and hopefully that can ignite them. And now they can make a few more plays and get back into this game.
Tucker's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, check Mike 6, Mike 6. Let's go. Mike 6.
Shotgun snap to Lock. Again, he targets Judy, and this time the catch made. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Throwing now is Locke. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Locke. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards there, a big one.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Locke. This is the tight end Fant. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 10 more there and another 1st down.
And if Noah Fant keeps making catches like that, it might not be too long till we say he's one of the top 5 tight ends in football. When he was drafted, that was the expectation.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
But I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Locke going to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Albert O, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. Locke going to try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Takes it at the 7. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Another run by Lindsey. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. The 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Jackson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
To throw it is Locke. He's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he will have a Broncos 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They look to throw. It's Locke. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Locke. That's out to the flat for Gordon. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Mike 3. Humble. I don't even know why this team showed up. 0-0, Mike 3. Get in the weight room.
Here's Locke to throw. And that is incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there, and they didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 23. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Yannick Ngakoue able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
Another example right there why quarterbacks get nervous when Yannick Ngakoue is getting ready to rush them. 37.5 sacks in 4 seasons in Jacksonville. But last year, he split time between Minnesota and Baltimore and put together 8 sacks. Then he signed with the Raiders back in March.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
4 down. Mike 3. Mike 3. Don't get nervous. Mike 3. Combo. I'm coming.
Block now to throw. Got a man. It's Judy complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. That one good for 16 as the drive continues. No escape for Locke, and he'll go down.
Now that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Another try after the first down sack. Locke completes it to Fant on the right side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Mike 6. It's our time. Hey, check Mike 6.
Locke going to try and throw on third down. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drives exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Lindsey. Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. Now it's Jackson. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Duke Dawson picks it. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the 4th quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
Yeah, still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Locke. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Locke on target to Fant for a Bronco 1st down. Back to throw. Locke. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Well, that's not how you hope to draw it up there on 1st and goal, CD, by taking a sack like that.
Well, they tried to be aggressive, didn't they? They didn't want to try and work their way past the goal line. They wanted it right there on that play. Unfortunately, it backfired against them. Now they have to try and pick it up here moving forward.
Throw to the right here to Gordon. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. From the gun, Locke to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Mike 3. Combo. Hey, let's get this.
0-0, Mike 3.
Hey, come on out here. Come get some.
Now Locke, got to have this one. Buying time to his left. That's to his running back, complete. He's going to be stopped shy of the end zone. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Here's Edwards again on second down. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And they're going to get the first down here as he's up to the 14. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. The 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Phillip Lindsay with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Locke working out of the gun. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Looking to throw. Locke. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
On 1st down, Locke. Going right back to Fant. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time, but it's going to be 2nd down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Locke looks to throw it again. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Throwing now is Locke. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Yannick Ngakoue able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
Hey, check back, check back.
Now Locke. And it's caught. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot that they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Locke. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Locke. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And they'll get this up to the 10, but that's all. A nice job there to bring him down defensively. 172 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
45, 45, 45, Mike, 45. Hey, let's get some penetration.
And they take a knee.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was. And now it's 3rd down.
Double time, double time. Hey, we got 3, we got 3. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check Mike 47, check Mike 47.
And they will take a knee here. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them this one is now planted.
So for Baltimore, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Broncos,